Buenos dias, good morning and good evening, everyone. My name is Benson, and it is my honor to start today's presentation from Jianguo High School. And today I want to share the treasures of Taiwan with all of you. And we'll be looking at our beautiful island through three important points, including landscapes and our rich culture and our daily lifestyle. So let's get started. Okay. So have you ever wondered what will happen if you dug a hole straight through the center of Earth from where you're sitting right now in Paraguay? So the interesting fact is that you'll pop out pop out right here in Taiwan. So in geography, it's called antipodas or antipodes in English. So this shows that we're actually on the exact opposite sides of the planet. So because of this, we got an 11-hour time difference, and our seasons are also completely reversed. So what does the scenery actually look like? As the pictures show on the screen, there are many breathtaking views in our country. So for example, the coastlines and the special landscapes of Heping Island in the north, and the sunrise over the sea in the Alishan Mountains. These are all famous sceneries and landscapes in Taiwan. And this can also be seen on the cash or the money that we use every day. So if you look on the banknotes, you'll see our quite unique wildlife and also high mountains. So the 2000 bill features the cherry salmon, is a kind of special fish in Taiwan, and that is near Nanhu Mountain. So this is its background. And then the $1,000 shows the Mikado pheasant, or we call it Taiwan bluebird, alongside the Yushan, is the highest mountain in Taiwan and also the highest mountain in Southeastern Asia. It's about 4,000 meters high. And also on the 500 bill is just like this one that we're taking. So this one we got Formosan Sika deer, like this picture. And also we have a mountain Dabajian. So these are our special landscapes and animals on our money. And also there are actually 268 peaks. That is over 3,000 meters in Taiwan. So Taiwan is a small country, but it has many mountains in it. And also, there are some fun facts about our money. So the bill amount actually equals to the species, the altitude where the species live. What does it that mean? That means that the salmon, the cherry salmon, actually lives on the 2,000 meters of the mountain in Taiwan, and also the magpie, the bluebird, lives on the 1,000 meters on the mountain, and Formosan Sika deer on 500 meters. So the money doesn't just mean the amount of the cash. It also means that where the animals live on the mountains and its altitude. So I think that is also a unique thing that the people who designed Taiwan's banknotes and money. So next one, what actually are the people of Taiwan? So first, there are 70% of Hokkien and 15% of Hakka. These are two kind of persons who immigrated from Taiwan by boats in about 200 years ago. And also there are 2.5 of Aboriginals who originally lived in Taiwan, and they got many special cultures and festivals. Also, we got 2% of immigrants, especially from Southeastern Asia. So they come from like Thailand or Indonesia, and they also add some cultural elements into our society. And of course, different people means different countries. So here in Taiwan, you can see Hokkien decorated temples, we pray there, and also Hakka's indigo dyeing drafts. So they put cloths into blue paintings, and they'll make the beautiful patterns. And also the Aboriginals, there is a group called Da'u. They celebrate the flying fishing festival. So they launched their handcraft boat. They made it by themselves, the boat, and into the ocean to catch all these birds and eat. Thus, Taiwan is actually a multicultural society where everyone gives its culture in this country. Okay. And next we'll look at Taiwanese country style and its lifestyle. So first, you can often see this traditional house that's called Sanhe Yuan. So it covers the three sides of your house, and also there are some green rural tea farms. So we plant teas there, and Taiwan has got a famous oolong tea that is made loved by the foreigners. And also there are traditional markets which are loud and energetic and also filled with different kinds of foods and vegetables. So this is a place where people like us connect and catch up on daily lives in the country. And next, moving away from the mountains and into the city, the life becomes more modern and fast-paced in the city. So there are many convenience stores, like 7-Eleven and Family Mart is two kinds of convenience stores most see in Taiwan. And it's actually like everywhere. So like around my home, there are like 3 on the same street. And you can buy food, pay bills, and send packages, and even buy concert tickets there at any time of day. It doesn't rest. And of course, the famous building in Taiwan is called Taipei 101. It was once the tallest building in the world, and it symbolized the energy of the society. So yeah, even though we're living on exact opposite sides of the world, I truly hope that this short presentation can bring Taiwan a little closer to your hearts. So thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you in Taiwan. And of course, I look forward to traveling to Paraguay someday. See you, and muchas gracias y hasta la vista. Bye bye.
Benson, I simply loved your presentation. Great, great. We all hope to see you here very soon.
Great
Okay,
Spanish.
thank you, everyone. And next, we'll invite my student. I think it's Kuma. Kuma, it's your turn to do your presentation.
Okay, so here we are. So, hello everyone. Today, I'm super excited to share a bit about the amazing and diverse culture in Taiwan. So, when most people think of Taiwan, they think of a small island, but it's actually packed with so many different traditions, cool architecture, fun festivals, and my personal favorite, incredible food. So, what makes Taiwan really special is its people. It is a total cultural melting pot made up of 4 main groups: the Han Chinese, the Hakka, the Aboriginal people, and the new residents who have moved here from all over the world. So, how is the population actually split up? So, just like what Spencer mentioned before, um, so Han Chinese make up the biggest part, around 83.5%, and the Hakka community is about 7.11.7, and the Aboriginal, who are the original roots of this island, make up around 2.4. So because of the mix, there's always something to celebrate here. So for the Han population, the year revolves around 4 massive festivals. So first of all, there's Chinese New Year. That's all about family, red envelopes, and way too much food. Then comes to the Lantern Festival, where the whole sky lights up. So, and in the summer, we get the Dragon Ball Festival, where teams race with crazy cool boats, and everyone eats sticky rice dumplings. And finally, the Moon Festival, where we hang out under the full moon, eat mooncake, and basically just barbecue all night long. All right, let's get to the best part, the food. Taiwan is literally heaven of foodies, and there are few iconic things you just have to try. So first up is beef noodles, which is basically Taiwanese ultimate comfort food. So take imagine tender stewed beef chicken noodles and this amazing broth with soy sauce and fried spice. It's like a warm hug in a bowl. And at next is a drink that is so popular in Taiwan, which called bubble milk tea. So bubble milk tea, yeah, it was invented right here in Taiwan. It's a perfect mix of creamy milk tea and the chewy pearls. It's just so fun to drink. And if you hit up a night market, you can't miss the oyster omelette. It's a legendary night market staple where fresh oysters and fried up with eggs and veggies in a chewy, starchy batter, and they stand in this killer sweet and savory sauce. So at the end, Taiwan isn't just about eating. It's also really cool to look at. The architecture here tells the story of the. If you walk around, you'll see gorgeous Baroque style brick buildings and grand historic spots with massive domes. But then right next to them, you'll see the everyday local apartment with the practical metal rooftop, which is so uniquely Taiwanese. And if you go into the mountains or coast, you'll find traditional Aboriginal structures built with bamboo and sacks, showing a deep connection to nature. It's so crazy to mix all of the styles in a one country. So anyway, that'll be all for today's journey. Hope you all enjoy this. And sorry, I can't speak Spanish, so thank you all.
Thank you, Kuma. Thank you. Thank you. It was so very interesting. Thank you.
Okay, now Ivan, I think it's your turn.
Ok. Hola a todos. Soy Iván, y hoy voy a hablar sobre las cosas que tienen que hacer si visitan a Taiwan. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of this presentation in English. Okay, and first let's talk about the architecture. Okay, so first is the most famous building in Taiwan, like Benson mentioned, is Taipei 101. And Taipei 101 was once the tallest building in the world at around 500 meters tall. And one of the most important events that happens every year is the New Year's Eve fireworks. And every year there's like a huge concert near the area, and then thousands of people gather in reality and also online to watch these fireworks. And I've been there once, and I think it's really fascinating, and it lasts for really long, like 5 minutes. So it was a great experience. And if you look closely, you'll see that Taipei 101 is split up into tiny sections. And this is because the design of Taipei 101 was actually inspired by bamboos, the green plants. And it is used to symbolize strength and stability. Okay, next, moving to the south of Taiwan, we have Anping Old Fort. And back in the 17th century, Taiwan was actually under Dutch rule, and the Dutch built this fort to fend off foreign enemies in the 17th century. But then came Coxinya, a Chinese person who escaped from China and wanted to look for a new land. And so he saw Taiwan, but the Dutch was there instead. So they had a war, and Coxinya eventually took over Taiwan. So we have this statue of Coxinya right here. And later, as Taiwan has also been through the rule of the Qing dynasty and then also Japan, there are also other places in Anping which is related to these histories. So if you get the chance to come here, you'll see all of Taiwan's history encapsulated in this town. Okay, next, let's go to nature. And for nature, one of the places I love the most is the Alishan Forest Railway, as you can see right here. And this railway was actually first built by the Japanese. As the Japanese colonized Taiwan, because Taiwan has many mountains, so they cut down logs and use these trains to transport them down the mountain. And now, because Alishan also has lots of tall wood and vast greenery, so now is also a national park. And this is also one of the places that I've been to, and I think it's really good just to kind of escape the city life and enjoy nature for once. Okay, next is Taroko National Park on the east side, and because of mountains, Taiwan has lots of like really strong rivers. So Taroko is one of the most famous gorges in Taiwan, and it is also a national park. And you get the sound of nature with winds, water, birds, and really great. But sadly, recently there are earthquakes. So hopefully, if you get the chance to visit, it has already been recovered. Then is Sun Moon Lake. It is the biggest lake in Taiwan, and as in the picture, there are green mountains with blue lakes, so it's really beautiful. And on there, you can also do pedal boats to just move around the lake to get a whole view of the scenery. Next is one of my personal favorites, the Penghu Islands. And Penghu Islands is located off the west coast of Taiwan. And it has lots of beautiful beaches and seafood. And you might wonder what this thing is on the screen. Well, it's actually a traditional way of catching fish. And so you can see the fish will swim inside of these walls built by stones. But when the tide fades away, the rocks will move out of the water, and then the fish gets trapped, and the fishermen can go down and collect them. So this is one of the classic ways of living with the sea. Last but not least, the food. And lots of Taiwanese people start the day with a trip to the local breakfast shop. And it's really a classic part of Taiwanese life. And it has a mix of Chinese and Western breakfasts. For example, the Western sandwiches on screen, and also the danbing, which is an egg pancake, and radish cakes, which are more of a Taiwanese style. So it's great that you have so many different choices to choose from. And then lastly, night markets. Night markets are all over Taiwan, and they're most known for their tiny stalls. But some of people might think that, oh, they're just tiny stalls, so there might not be too many good foods. But actually, some of these stalls actually have Michelin stars for like 5 years in a row. So you might still find hidden gems between them. And another thing is that they're all served in small portions, so you get the chance to try different dishes in one meal. Okay, gracias por escuchar.
Ivan, great. Congratulations. Choo, Juan, you taught them Spanish too. My Lord.
Yeah, our
They're
students
so
have to
great.
our students have to learn the second foreign language in our school. So some of them can speak Japanese, some of them can speak Spanish, yes. And then Jeffrey and the next one will be Alpha. They'll introduce our
Jeffrey.
school and their daily life for all of you.
Okay, welcome, Jeffrey.
Buenos dias, me llamo Jeffrey. Okay, and that's all I know about Spanish, and I'll complete my presentation in English. So today, I would like to introduce our high school life, and especially in CKHS. And you can see this is our symbol of our school, and I would like to start with our school schedule. In Taiwan, we usually start our school at 7:30 a.m. and the school often ends at 16 p.m. 16 o'clock. Yeah, and from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, It's often freely used by students, and after this year, courses and tests are not allowed. And in our school, students must arrive before 8:10. And this picture shows that Taiwan has one of the longest school time in the world. Well, and every day we have 7 courses in total, each lasting 15 minutes. And we have a lunch break, and it starts from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And something about Taiwan is really special is that we have a culture, we have nap culture. Students would like to take a nap at their desk in the lunchtime break. And this is a way for ourselves to be refreshed and be ready for the afternoon classes. Well, I would like to talk about our lunch, and these 2 pictures is us, our CK ambassadors, who have lunch outside of our school. And notably, in our school, Jianguo High School is the only school that allows students to eat outside the campus. And we also have diverse options, and we can eat from the school cafeteria, and we also have a breakfast or snack vendor. And we also like to crave on nearby restaurants. Well, and let us move on to the subjects. Well, Mandarin, Math, and English, etc. are mandatory. However, students are often distributed into different groups in every high school in their sophomore year. And based on students' interests and personal career planning, students can study from STEM, literature, and social studies, or maybe biology and medication. For me, myself, I chose biology and medication, and many students in Taiwan would like to pursue their career in maybe engineering or being a doctor. Well, as mentioned, we also have elective courses, and we have second foreign language. We have 5 different kinds of language to choose from. We have German, Spanish, Japanese, French, and even Latin. Me, myself, and Kuma, we chose Japanese as our second foreign language, and Alpha, Benson, and Ivan, they all choose Spanish. Another elective courses is the data science. Well, in this class, we will study approaches of doing research in depth, and we combine with an AI assistant to analyze data, and we also use Google Colab to code, and we make programs to complete by ourselves. And this picture is my project. I studied the raindrop in across the Europe continent. Now, in Taiwan, we have a lot of competitive tests, such as GSAT and AST. These 2 tests is for students in high school and be enrolled in colleges. So for GSAT, we call it the round 1 of the college entrance race, and it's often in January. It requires an interview and a portfolio after the test, and students will be distributed in their preference order. Now, move on to AST. We call it the round 2 or second chance. It's held in July, and it's a pure numbers game. Who scored the highest score will get a better grade, and there's no interview or portfolio. And students are often just right enrolled in colleges after the tests. And this is about our Taiwanese cram school culture. Cram school is a supplementary learning class. It's often known as Bushiban. And students will attend from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. or even 10 p.m. So students will go home late because of Bushiban. And the vast majority specialize in high-stake test subjects because of the competitive tests I've mentioned. And these Bushiban have ranged from tiny apartments to multi-story buildings. And these pictures have shown that this is the classroom what the classroom look like, and this is the advertisement, and this is the building right outside of Taipei main station. Okay.
Okay, and next part will be me. I'll introduce our clubs in the school. So first of all, me, I'm in CK Rock Club. Like we play like a band on a stage, and the right picture is me while I'm playing instrument on a stage. Next page. Okay, and next one is CK Model United Nations, and fortunately, Jeffrey is the ex-president of Model United Nations, so he will introduce this to you guys.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled that you mentioned the Model United Nations in Paraguay, and actually one of my senior is half Paraguay and half Taiwanese, and he's also really into Model United Nations. Um, in our club, we often hold like big conference for range of students to come attend, and me myself have just retired from these clubs, and I was the president, and I really enjoyed this activity, and we have discussed about the G20 financial crisis in April.
Okay, so club is a good way to know what you loved and what you want to be, even what you want to be in the future. So um, you can enjoy clubs during these 2 years in the school. And the third years will be reading time. You gotta go to university. You gotta study hard for that. Okay, next page, please. And except for clubs, we also perform well in sport. So we have the rugby team, um, and also the basketball team do well. And then we have marching band, like they play instrument, and they also won a lot of awards in the international competitions. And then the robotics is a team, like they build robots, and they coding, and they also perform well in some international competitions. And next one is CK ambassadors. So we are the CK ambassadors. We exchange with foreign schools, and even we do some social service, like we share something with those places, like countryside, or those places that needs our helps. Like in the picture shows, we are like um, we went to Penghu, which is an island in the western of Taiwan, and we went there and shared some special or some interesting class with their children, kids, and they they enjoyed it, and they were very happy. And next one is we have several international receptions, like we host the international science fair, like we hang out with these foreign friends, and we enjoying the day of competitions, like for 7 days, and which was a very like happy time with them. And then we have so many online exchange like this, like we do some online exchange with you guys, or with Japanese schools, or even like uh, American schools. We also have a lot of online exchange, and also we have IG accounts. Next page. So if you have an IG accounts, please follow us. We have the IG accounts, and we will post a lot of our activities on there and share what we think. So it's our honor to be followed by you guys.
Thank you, Alpha.
Okay, so muchas gracias.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Shen Juan. What a fantastic outcome of your students. I mean, their language is so good. Their Spanish.